Have you ever felt someone's hatred before they even said a word? It's not loud like anger. It doesn't shout, slam doors, or flare up in the moment. It hides behind polite smiles, slow replies, and quiet contempt. Anger burns quickly. It flashes, erupts, and fades. But hatred is patient. It studies you. It watches you. It smiles at you while sharpening the knife behind your back. Most people fear rage because it's visible. The wise fear hatred because it's invisible, and therefore more dangerous. It poisons rooms, households, and entire relationships without a single raised voice. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." That's not just philosophy, it's survival. Today, we're exposing 9 signs of real hatred and the stoic awareness you need to protect your peace before it damages you. Because hatred only wins when you react. Awareness is your armor. 1. Fake compliments that cut deep. Some words heal, but some words are weapons dressed as kindness. You've met this person, the one who smiles and says, "Wow, I didn't expect you to do that well." It sounds supportive, but you can feel the hidden insult underneath. This is not praise, it's poison wrapped in honey. They're not complimenting you, they're measuring you. Every nice job carries a quiet message. You surprised me, and you shouldn't have. This is hatred in its most subtle form, passive, strategic, and completely socially acceptable. The cruelest part? They make you thank them for it. Hatred rarely shows its teeth. It hides behind warmth, charm, and polite smiles. People who truly despise you avoid open conflict. They build a mask instead. Fake compliments are their camouflage. They pretend to be impressed, but inside they're feeding off the illusion that you're beneath them. They want you small, grateful, unaware. It's manipulation disguised as manners. Seneca warned, "A wise man does not crave applause." Why? Because once you crave praise, you become vulnerable to those who fake it. The Stoic never roots his confidence in shallow approval. The moment you stop seeking validation, their power over you dissolves. So how do you respond? Not with confrontation, but with clarity. When flattery feels off, you pause, you observe, you stay polite, but emotionally distant. You refuse to let their disguised contempt shape your self-worth. Real power isn't proving them wrong, it's refusing to play their game. When they say, "You're getting better than I expected," you simply smile, not to please them, but because you already see the truth. Their words reveal them, not you. Stoicism teaches us to recognize venom even when it's wrapped in silk. Not every compliment deserves your heart. Some are crafted to see how deeply they can cut before you realize you're bleeding. And when you finally do, you won't need to fight. You'll simply rise above it. Remember this: silence is your filter. Not every praise deserves your energy. 2. Silent joy in your failure. Hatred doesn't always arrive with an insult. Sometimes it arrives with silence. A smile that lingers 1 second too long. A look that feels like pity, but tastes like victory. These are the people who quietly celebrate when you stumble. They won't cheer when you win. They scroll past your success without a word. But the moment you fall, suddenly they're present, commenting, checking in, pretending to care. "Are you okay? I heard what happened." The words sound compassionate, but the energy behind them is wrong. Too eager, too alive. Their concern feels heavy because it isn't concern at all. It's satisfaction. You can feel the pleasure hiding beneath their tone, the quiet relief that you're no longer ahead. This is hatred in its most elegant disguise, the joy of your downfall dressed as sympathy. They don't cheer when you succeed, but they light up inside when you slip. Their smiles are rehearsed, their concern carefully staged. Hatred like this isn't impulsive, it's patient. It waits for the moment when life humbles you, and the instant you stumble, it reappears wearing the mask of compassion. They need your pain to soothe their own insecurity. Your setback becomes their emotional oxygen. When you fall, they feel whole again. It's never about you, it's about the fragile identity they've built. They can't elevate themselves, so they wait for you to drop. And when you finally do, they whisper silent thank yous to their own envy. Seneca once wrote, "The happiness of the envious is the misery of others." That line exposes the hidden economy of hatred. It thrives on comparison. It feeds on envy, disguised as morality. It's the person who says, "I knew success would change you," not out of truth, but to pull you back into the mud. It's the relative who never congratulates you. The friend who becomes distant the moment your life improves. Hatred is not always hostile. Often it's quiet, polite, and well-dressed, and that's what makes it dangerous. But the Stoic sees through the silence. He doesn't argue. He doesn't chase approval. He watches patterns, not words. When someone disappears during your joy, but returns during your pain, you don't need to debate their loyalty. It's already clear. The Stoic doesn't confront such people. He outgrows them. He withdraws attention because attention is oxygen and hatred suffocates without it. Detachment becomes his defense. He understands that every setback tests not just his strength, but the integrity of those around him. So when life knocks you down, don't just count the bruises, count the faces that appear. Some come to help, others come simply to confirm you've fallen. Notice who stays silent out of respect and who stays silent out of pleasure. Because when you rise again, as every Stoic eventually does, those same people will have to face the truth. Your peace is louder than their laughter. You don't need revenge. Your calm is their defeat. Remember this. Their smile at your fall reveals everything. Return it, not with hatred, but with mastery. 3. Twisting your words to turn people against you. Some people don't attack your face. They attack your reputation. They listen to your words, slice them apart, and rearrange them into a story you never told. Their hatred isn't loud, it's calculated. If they can't break your strength, they'll distort your truth. This is the subtle art of twisting your words, taking something honest and bending it until it becomes a weapon pointed back at you. One day, you speak with kindness. The next day, someone says, "I heard you were talking about me." You weren't, but your words were manipulated in transit, reshaped by envy, and delivered by someone who smiled while betraying you. This is hatred with a plan. It doesn't attack openly, it manipulates. It doesn't confront you, it recruits others. Their goal isn't to destroy your actions, it's to damage your narrative. And when this happens, you'll feel the urge to defend yourself, to correct the misunderstanding, to run around putting out fires. But every word you speak becomes more fuel for their story. They want you emotional, reactive, exhausted. The Stoics warned us about this exact trap. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Then let silence do the rest." The Stoic does not chase every rumor that carries his name. He knows the truth does not need his protection. It needs his patience. When your words are twisted, your instinct will beg for justice. But justice is slow, and dignity is quiet. The more you defend, the more they distort. The less you react, the faster their lies collapse. The Stoic holds his position, not out of weakness, but because he understands the battlefield. Once you start explaining, you've already surrendered control. Hatred thrives on reaction. Silence starves it. So what do? 3 things. 1. Pause. Let the rumor echo into emptiness. You're not required to attend every argument you're invited to. 2. Observe. Truth doesn't vanish, it waits. Liars repeat themselves. Truth stays still. 3. Protect. Keep your integrity consistent. Live in such a way that even lies sound ridiculous when spoken about you. One day, the people who believed the twisted story will meet the real you and feel embarrassed that they ever doubted you. You won't need to say a word. Your calm will expose their chaos. Remember this: let time be your witness, not your tongue. Hatred may distort your words, but it can never rewrite your character. Maybe they didn't mean it. That's exactly what they want you to think. Their strategy is confusion. In public, they make you feel valued. In private, they make you feel small. It's emotional whiplash, a cycle of praise and punishment that leaves you questioning your own perception. They keep their cruelty quiet, so no one will believe you if you speak up. It's a reputation shield, and it's powerful. Hatred wears politeness like perfume, pleasant from a distance, suffocating up close. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." The Stoic doesn't perform goodness, he practices it. He knows virtue is measured in private, not in public speeches. A good man doesn't need an audience. His actions stay consistent, whether seen or unseen. The hateful man, however, crumbles in solitude. Alone, he faces the truth of who he really is, and that terrifies him. So he hides in crowds, borrowing their applause to drown out the emptiness inside. Stoicism teaches that integrity is alignment. Your words, your thoughts, and your actions pointing in the same direction. Hatred can't do that. It splits a person in two. So what do you do when you face this kind of duplicity? You observe, not accuse. You watch the pattern. You trust your intuition instead of their charm. And then you protect your peace by refusing to play along. You don't expose them with anger, you expose them with absence. Distance is the Stoic sword, silent but sharp, because no one can fake goodness forever. Eventually the mask slips, and the truth speaks louder than their charisma. When that moment comes, stay calm. Don't celebrate their fall. Just keep moving forward. Your goal is not punishment. Your goal is dignity. You're not here to prove who they are. You're here to remember who you are. Be the one whose goodness does not depend on the audience. Be the one whose character is not a performance, but a discipline. You owe no loyalty to someone who is loyal only in public. 5. The endless competition. Some people cannot breathe unless they're ahead of you. Their hatred doesn't show through insults. It shows through competition. They compare everything: your job, your clothes, your money, your friends, even your joy. You say you started running. They're training for a marathon. You share a small win. They immediately tell you something bigger. To them, life isn't growth. It's a ranking system. The moment you rise, they panic. Your success feels like an attack on their identity. So they turn every conversation into a contest, every compliment into a scoreboard. This is hatred disguised as ambition, envy wrapped in friendly rivalry. They don't even realize they're enslaved by comparison, but you feel it in their tone, their timing, their constant need to one-up you. To them, your confidence equals arrogance, your happiness equals a threat, your progress equals their discomfort. Their world runs on scarcity. If you shine, they must dim. That's why they cannot enjoy your success. It reminds them of their stagnation. The Stoics called this a sickness of perception. Marcus Aurelius said, "The mind becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When someone thinks in envy, everything looks like competition. You cannot win in this game because it was never meant to have peace. The hateful competitor doesn't seek excellence, they seek domination. And the moment you stop playing, their power dissolves. The Stoic response? Withdraw, don't compete. Your path is yours alone. Comparison steals tranquility, and the Stoic guards his peace like treasure. Seneca warned, "He who envies others does not achieve peace." True strength is silent focus, the discipline to keep walking while others shout for attention. You build, they brag, you train, they talk, let them talk. The scoreboard doesn't exist. So how do you deal with people who can't stop measuring themselves against you? You stop giving them the ruler. Don't react, don't defend, don't feed the rivalry. When they brag, listen quietly. When they compete, congratulate them sincerely. Kindness confuses hatred. Envy cannot survive where there is no resistance. And when you feel envy inside yourself, acknowledge it. Don't deny it. The Stoic's job is self-honesty. Ask yourself, what does this envy reveal about what I truly value? Turn envy into fuel. Turn comparison into clarity. Because real success isn't being ahead of others, it's being ahead of your former self. That is when the race ends. You stop chasing validation and start walking the straight path toward virtue. The only person you must impress is the one in the mirror. The only scoreboard that matters is how calm you remain while others chase chaos. Peace begins when comparison ends. And the day you stop competing with others is the day you finally start winning yourself. 6. Constant belittling disguised as advice. Not all insults sound harsh. Some arrive wrapped in concern, delivered with a friendly smile. I just don't want you to be disappointed. Maybe you should aim for something more realistic. I'm saying this because I care. These are the phrases of someone who keeps you small, someone who hides their contempt behind helpful advice. They don't yell, they don't fight. They simply plant doubt in your mind, one gentle sentence at a time. And before you realize it, you begin shrinking your dreams to fit their comfort zone. That's their goal, not to guide you, but to limit you. Real hatred doesn't always destroy you. Sometimes it convinces you you'll never be more. They call it honesty, but in truth, it's insecurity wearing a mask. They can't stand watching you believe in yourself because your courage exposes their own cowardice. So they use advice like a leash, disguised as guidance, disguised as love. The Stoics warned us about this kind of poison long ago. Epictetus taught that the opinions of others are outside our control and therefore unworthy of our peace. When someone constantly tells you to lower your ambition, they're not protecting you from failure. They're protecting themselves from irrelevance. Hatred doesn't always want you to fall. Sometimes it wants you stagnant, so they never have to catch up. And this is where Stoic awareness becomes armor. When you hear disguised belittlement, Don't argue, don't defend, don't explain. Instead, observe the intention behind their words. Do they speak from love or fear? Do they celebrate your effort or quietly mock your optimism? The Stoic filters everything through reason. If the feedback is constructive, he applies it. If it's toxic, he lets it pass. Not all words deserve entry into your mind. You are the gatekeeper of your own thoughts, and not everyone deserves a key. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Most of the pain caused by well-meaning critics doesn't come from their comments, but from how deeply we believe them. Their whispers become your doubts. Their fears become your limits. The Stoic practice is simple: separate opinion from truth. Ask yourself, is this about me or about them? If it's about them, let it return to its sender. That is how you reclaim your peace. So the next time someone tells you to be realistic, smile politely and keep walking. Let your results be your explanation. Real care empowers, false care restricts. And you can tell the difference by how you feel afterward, lighter or smaller. True wisdom uplifts, false advice diminishes. Your task is to know the difference and protect your spirit accordingly, because not everyone who says "I care" actually does. Some only want to keep you small enough that they never have to feel threatened. Remember this: not every "I care" comes from care. Once you understand that, no one can use fake concern to limit your soul again. 7. Turning others against you. The most dangerous form of hatred doesn't attack you directly. It recruits others to do it for them. This is the art of social manipulation, turning people against you quietly, subtly, and without ever appearing responsible. They don't confront, they whisper. They twist stories, exaggerate mistakes, and plant doubts with surgical precision. I don't want to say anything bad, but that's how every verbal dagger begins. They use half-truths as weapons, gossip as ammunition, and charm as camouflage. To your face, they smile. Behind your back, they assemble an army of assumptions. They don't destroy your reputation at once. They chip away at it conversation by conversation until people begin seeing you differently without even knowing why. This is hatred in its most cowardly form. The warfare of the weak. It's not about truth. It's about control. They want to isolate you, make you question everyone, make you dependent on their version of events. They feed off confusion because confusion breeds vulnerability. And the more you try to defend yourself, the guiltier you appear. The more you explain, the deeper you sink. They know exactly what they're doing. Marcus Aurelius faced these same toxins in his own court: whispers, politics, betrayal. His response was simple: if it is endurable, endure it. Stop complaining. It sounds harsh, but it's strength. It means hold your ground. Let time do the work that arguments can't. The Stoic knows that the loudest rumor always dies in silence. When others twist the narrative, you don't fight noise with noise. You become the calm at the center of the storm. Truth doesn't need to shout. It only needs consistency. Act with such steadiness that lies collapse under their own weight. Be so centered that people begin questioning the gossiper, not you. This is the paradox of Stoic power. Your calm exposes their chaos. Here is the Stoics' 3-step rule. 1. Pause. When you hear whispers, don't react. Observe who brings them. People who gossip to you will gossip about you. 2. Probe. Ask softly, why do you feel the need to tell me this? Watch how quickly accountability freezes them. 3. Protect. Withdraw politely. No drama, no explosion, just distance. Absence reveals truth better than confrontation. You'll know you're dealing with hatred when every conversation leaves you feeling heavier, when their words leave a residue of doubt. That's your cue. Step back. You owe them no confrontation, only clarity. The Stoic does not fear being misunderstood. His life becomes his rebuttal. Consistency is the greatest revenge. When you keep showing up with discipline, calm, and integrity, their stories begin to sound ridiculous. Their words age poorly against the weight of your character. So when someone turns others against you, the Stoic doesn't lower himself to defend. He rises to demonstrate. Keep your peace, keep your pace, and let their bitterness expose itself over time. Time always reveals the true architect of chaos. Remember this, you don't lose people when you stay silent. You reveal them. And when they finally show who they really are, don't hate them. Thank them for revealing who was never meant to walk beside you. 8. They feel threatened by your calmness. There is a form of hatred that doesn't need conflict to survive. It feeds on your peace. Some people can't tolerate the fact that you don't react the way they expect. They thrive on chaos. Your calm starves them. When you don't explode, they feel irrelevant. When you don't defend yourself, they feel powerless. When you stay composed, they feel unseen. To them, your calmness is provocation, because your peace reminds them of a truth they hate. They no longer have control over you. So they poke, they press your buttons, they try to rattle your spirit, not because they're strong, but because they're desperate to make you prove that you still care. But a Stoic knows, the moment you lose your calm, you lose your command. Hatred despises tranquility because tranquility cannot be faked. Chaos feeds on reaction. It wants to see your spirit tremble. But when you remain centered, you force them to confront themselves. And that is the mirror they fear most. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you hold that kind of inner control, you become immune to their noise. Your silence becomes a boundary they can no longer cross. They may mock your stillness, call you distant or arrogant, but that's only because they cannot manipulate what they cannot move. The Stoic's calm is not weakness, it is command. Nothing frustrates hatred more than a soul it cannot shake. You'll know these people by how they react to your serenity. When you stay calm, they escalate. When you refuse to argue, they accuse you of pride. When you walk away, they call you heartless. They will do anything to pull you into their storm, because they cannot stand losing the emotional spotlight. But never forget, people who are drowning will try to pull you underwater with them. That is not cruelty, it is desperation. And the Stoic does not hate the drowning man. He simply refuses to drown with him. Detachment becomes compassion in its highest form, compassion for yourself. So how do you protect your calm in a world addicted to drama? Pause. When provoked, breathe before you react. Calmness isn't the absence of emotion, it's the mastery of it. Observe. Ask, is this within my control? If not, let it pass. You don't need to attend every emotional fire you're invited to. Protect, withdraw your attention. Where attention goes, emotion grows. Guard your mind like a fortress, not a window. Seneca taught that no one can harm you unless you allow it. Hatred may try to shake your peace, but it cannot enter without your permission. Every provocation is an invitation to chaos. Decline it. The Stoic doesn't seek to win arguments. He seeks to preserve composure, the true crown of kingship. Let them misjudge you. Let them call you cold or detached. You know the truth. Still waters run deep. Calmness is not surrender. It is strategy. Hatred feeds on noise. Peace feeds on wisdom. Remember this. Your calmness is their confusion. Keep it. Because the moment you stop reacting, you stop bleeding energy into the hands of those who never deserved it. 9. They never seek peace, only your downfall. There is a final, colder stage of hatred, the point where someone is no longer interested in winning an argument. They want to see you collapse entirely. Their mission is not reconciliation, it is ruin. They don't care about truth, only destruction. Even when time offers them a bridge, they burn it and call the ashes justice. These are the people who breathe resentment the way others breathe air. They replay every slight, real or imagined, until bitterness becomes their identity. And when you grow, move on, or find peace, they cannot stand it. Your calmness becomes a reminder of their failure to control you. So they sharpen their envy into obsession. Their goal is no longer to hurt your feelings, it's to dismantle your foundation. This kind of hatred does not stop when you apologize. It doesn't calm down when you reason with it, because it was never about reason. It was about power. People in this stage of hatred will reject every path that leads to peace, because peace would require letting go of their ego's favorite story, that you are the villain and they are the victim. Hatred loves that narrative. It needs it to survive. To them, forgiveness feels like defeat, so they cling to anger like armor, even as it corrodes them from the inside. Marcus Aurelius warned, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." The Stoic understands. The only way to win against hatred is to refuse to become it. When someone seeks your downfall, your first instinct is to fight back, to expose them, prove you're right, return the pain. But doing that keeps you in their orbit. Hatred thrives on reaction. The Stoic path is different. Withdraw with dignity, not rage. You don't respond to every insult. You don't chase closure that will never come. You don't waste your life rewriting someone else's twisted version of the story. Instead, you rebuild quietly, patiently, relentlessly. You don't let them watch you break. You let success become your silence and your peace become your proof. Seneca said, "He who is injured ought not to be the one who complains," meaning strength is revealed not in the noise you make, but in the calm you maintain. The Stoic doesn't deny pain, he transforms it. He sees betrayal as a lesson in resilience, rejection as a redirection toward virtue. The goal isn't revenge, the goal is release, because hatred cannot touch what is already free. So when you meet someone who does not want resolution, only your ruin, don't hate them back, pity them. Their soul is at war with itself, and you are merely caught in the crossfire. You win not by destroying them, but by refusing to become what they are. Guard your boundaries, but not your heart. Keep it pure even when the world turns bitter. That is how you remain untouchable. In the end, peace is not the absence of enemies. It is the mastery of self. Hatred ends where wisdom begins. Remember this, you don't win by destroying them. You win by not becoming them. And that is the Stoic's victory, silent, steady, eternal. Anger is fire, loud, violent, brief, but hatred is ice. It freezes hearts, corrodes souls, and poisons the air in silence. You can't always see it coming, but you can learn to rise above it. The Stoic does not waste life trying to fix the hearts of the hateful. He focuses on mastering his own, because once your mind becomes calm, no enemy can truly touch you. You don't fight hatred by feeding it. You defeat it by denying it a home inside you. Remember, your peace is not weakness. It is your greatest weapon. When you remain composed while others collapse into rage, you become untouchable. Hatred dies in the absence of reaction. Peace thrives in the presence of virtue. Comment below, "I choose peace over hatred," and carry that truth with you quietly, firmly, like a shield the world cannot break.